I'm Jessica Bundy, and I'm here with the team at the Gateway National Recreation Area to do parametric condition assessments. We're going to get started here on the History House.
Conveyance. This includes all conveyance systems, including elevators, lifts, and escalators, which we have none.
We don't have any in this building.
Yes.
So
No
we're going
conveyance.
to mark that down as a 0.
We got a 0.
We can redistribute that number, that part of the CRV to everything else. Thank you. All right, so next up on the condition assessment guide is the electrical system, and we have Manny here, the subject matter expert, because he is the park electrician at Sandy Hook, and he's going to talk to us about the condition of the electrical.
So this building is referred back to the 1940s, so a lot of the upgrades needed to be done to the electrical system. To our right, we have actually the upgraded electrical panel in order to meet all NEC codes in order to upgrade the building. So based off of our Parametrics rating scheme right here, there are some little issues that need to be addressed, some minor repairs, but the system is fully functional here and is deemed safe over here. So based off of the Parametric scheme, I'd rate it as a number 7 here, but due to all the upgrades here and for the nice time period of 1940.
Thank you. Next up on the parametric condition assessment of the History House, we are going to talk about the exteriors.
The History House was built in 1898, and according to the exterior, this includes all exteriors to a facility including finishes, siding, and the entire structure of the wall, including framing, insulation, cladding, studs, block wall. This does not include the windows, roofs, and doors.
After discussion, we decided that we should come out with a grade of a 6, above average. And looking at the exterior facade of the building, you see minor and some infrequent larger repairs that will require system function as intended. A lot of what we're looking at is the brick in the mortar joint. If you notice, the brick is cracked. Like we said, the building was built in 1898. There has been repairs. This is a cosmetic facade. Underneath, we know that there's another brick layer of rough material, but this is more cosmetic, but we know there are issues with it.
How are the mortar joints and things that would lead to contributing to the structural integrity and keeping water out, those sorts of things?
Well, from the park experience, we know from our experience that these mortar joints look sound, but we notice it's a very thin layer of material of the original mortar joints. And at times it does fail, and there are repairs that are needed to be done to it.
So then we came up with the overall rating of a 6 because of
6,
some of these
above
weaknesses,
Yes,
but it's still in pretty good condition.
absolutely.
Okay, Jeremy, tell us how we're going to rate the grounds.
So we're going to rate the grounds as a 0 because it falls under the landscape and not the structure of the building. And that's going to go for the driveways, the curbage, the slate sidewalks, and the road coming up to the building.
The HVAC system is relatively new, and looking at the guide and through our discussion, it really would fall out to an 8. So we're going to go with good. Few minor repairs are needed. Normal routine maintenance is required. 6, system functions as intended.
Right now, we're going over the parametrics for the interior, and by definition, we think that it is functioning as intended with few or minor repairs, and general maintenance is needed to maintain it so that there's no impact. We know it's not in perfect condition, but this is a historic building, and we think that it should show some signs that it's been lived in to reflect its age. I think that it's important to relay that to people who are going to be in it to visit and experience part of its history. So it does have some cracks. You're seeing some wear, some peeling of paint, but overall it's been restored, and it's functioning as it's intended as an interpretive building for people to be in. And we wouldn't really want to change that. We wouldn't want to restore its condition to new. So we think that the overall rating is an 8, which is good.
All right, we'll be talking about the plumbing, things that you got to consider in your plumbing portion is fire protection of the plumbing, also your gas related pipes, i.e. Your actually some of your stoves and stuff over here. Like in this building we do have a propane heated stove or gas stove, which obviously does work. Also too, you got to look at your fixtures, seeing about the leak portions, if it actually works, and portions of the drains on here. Based on just what you've seen right here and knowing a little bit of knowledge of this building, the drainage system does work properly. All bathrooms in here work appropriately. Gas is in here, so we would rate this per the Parametric scale of an 8. It's in good condition, but it does need minor upkeep, checking, make sure nothing does freeze, because it does get cold in this region a little bit, so we do check on these periodically. So an 8 for this one.
Is the roof of the history house and the rating on that.
Yes, we're going to go with a 7 on this roof. This roof is about 7 years old. The black spots that you see are repairs. It's a special water, wind resistant roof that the exterior asphalt tabs adhere at the tips of it, so it holds the shingles down. It's in great condition, and we're going with the 7. 7 reads as significantly above average. Minor repairs are needed. System functions as intended. The black spots, as I said, are repairs that were done to the roof where shingles blew off from the wind.
And then we have some repairs around the vents and the flashing around the vents, and some painting needed on the fascia. So minor cosmetic.
And as a reminder, because you're not standing here, we have Sandy Hook Bay right across the street, and we have the Atlantic Ocean that is less than a half mile away to our east. So we're in a sea condition, sea salt condition, which is a factor to building roofs. Yes, I'm going to read the textbook definition of structures. Consists of all foundation elements, slabs, footings, basement walls, etc. Decking, floor, construction beams, joist, and all interior load-bearing walls, not interior portions of the walls. And the reason that we're taking the video down here, this is a real prime example of what the structure looks like. This, as we said, it's from 1890. This is the original exterior wall, and these are the interior walls, which under the mortar joints, which we talked about, this is what is below the mortar joints. There's a secondary red brick wall under the cosmetic. Even though we're talking about structures, this is the structural wall that's below the exterior fabric.
And then we've also got really good examples of rafters and floor joists as we're evaluating this.
And not only that, we have one of the main load-bearing walls that is coming through the building, and actually the columns that are actually supporting each of them. And again, looking all the way down to the bottom, for your bowing, your seepage, your decaying of your footers here.
So how are we going to rate the structure for this building, since we walked around the basement and we walked around the exterior looking at the foundation?
Well, that's up for debate, but I believe that we are at a 7. Although the building is from the 1890s.
What would classify it as a 7 for the current condition? So we're
It,
functioning really well.
minor repairs are needed, system functions as intended. We just evaluated the windows and doors on the exterior, and we came up with a number. After some lengthy discussion, we came up with a number of 5 average. Minor and larger repairs are required. System is sporadically unable to function as intended. There are some windows that are really in poor condition, other windows that are in pretty good condition. And it averaged out to about a 5. Our front door is in great condition, our rear door is marginal. So that's really what it comes down to. It's the accumulation of all the windows and all the doors.